Hey guys, this is Paul, the Sultan of Stuff. Happy 4th of July. I'm just hanging out here in my studio and thought I would catch up on the last 2 weeks, stuff I found at thrift stores and happenings and whatnots. First of all, I wanted to show you a few cool things that have come my way. And before I start, I want to give a thought about thrifting. I want to give some advice, which is thrifting is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a get-rich-ever scheme. It is something where it empowers you to look for things that you're interested in, things you collect anyway or need. And if you're selling online, as I do on eBay and Amazon, the money that I make there helps to pay for other things that I need personally. So I'm going to show you what I mean there. You have to keep in mind, in the back of your head when you're out thrifting, things you need, or things you will need soon, or things just on your radar, but you're not going to go out and spend money on it, like full price. You just wouldn't do it. I won't do it. So when something comes along, such as these great sports Skechers, like brand new, showed up at a thrift store and they were $12. I know I need shoes. I always need shoes. Shoes are always wearing out and I'm always looking for certain kinds. Skechers is consistently great for me. So it's just, I always carry that in the back of my head, like if I run into shoes, I'm snatching good shoes because you never know. And these showed up just at the right time. I found these last week, just what I need. They double well as sort of work shoes. Sometimes, they're black, they're dressy, and so these really served a great purpose. $12. These retail for about $30 to $40, so not the biggest score in the world, but perfect shoes. So awesome. That sort of made my week right there. Another thing is my family and I have gotten into camping recently. So we visit KEI and we sort of look online to see what a person would need who's going camping. But again, we don't want to spend full price on stuff. So again, it's in the back of my head, like as I'm out thrifting, I'm looking for camping stuff. And do you know what? People are always donating camping stuff to Goodwills and thrift stores because it's usually like it's a whimsical interest for a lot of people. That's like, maybe I should go camping. And then they get the stuff, they spend all the money and they've made that grand gesture. And then they go out and they realize they don't like bugs or it's too hot or whatever. So they don't do it and they give it up. All that stuff goes to Goodwill or to thrift stores. So last week, I found this self-inflating mattress, REI, and perfect condition. And I got this for $10. This retails for about $60. It's something we needed. So when I saw it, I jumped on it, I got it. And that was a big score for us. This was really great. It helps us achieve our camping dream on the cheap. So another thing you may have noticed in the background is this interesting bag. This was something that I didn't even know that I was looking for. It's a cart. It's got a burlap sack on it. It's got these wheels that turn and it's perfect. It's a perfect cart for going out on the beach or going shopping or whatever. And for me, I sometimes metal detect out at the beach. So I saw this and I looked it up and saw what all it could be used for. And suddenly I was like, that's absolutely something I need. I needed a carry-all thing for all of my supplies. And so I snatched that up for, what was it, $10. And these things retail for over 100, like 140, it's up there. A really cool brand and very sturdy. The burlap sack is great. It was all clean, it didn't smell bad. So I snatched that up. And right away I packed it up and I went out to the beach to test it, is this really what I needed? And it is. It was easy to transport. rolling it in the sand, it's perfect for that because the whole mechanism turns and rolls. So it's like so easy, and it stands upright with no problem. So I was thrilled to find that. That was so cool. Again, a huge score, something I hadn't thought that I needed. I wasn't thinking about it, but when I saw it, I was like, I definitely need that. That's perfect for what I want to do. So I snatched that up. And so let's see. On to things I just found and have listed on eBay, because of course we want to make money. So let me show you something I found last week. I found two of these, two complete packages. These are freestyle bicycle pegs. You attach them to your bike and do tricks and stuff. And there were 2 cases of these, and they were priced at like $2 each. I looked it up, and these things were selling for like, $20 and $30. So I thought, well, that's worth it. It seems like they're selling. I was able to check on eBay. You can look in the sold section, not just what's listed, but what has actually sold. And I was able to see, like, people buy these. People are really, they're out there, bikers, and they want to use these things. So I got both for $4, one of which I already sold for $18. They made an offer on eBay, and I was like, well, that makes my money back right there. So I'm going to do that. So I accepted it, shipped it off. They're happy. They already got it. The second one, it has sold, but this dude's in Australia, and he's currently unhappy about the international shipping. So we're waiting to see if he's going to pay or not. But anyway, it's ready. I already have it boxed and ready to go if he decides to pay. If not, no problem. I'll cancel that order and I'll relist it and it will sell. So out of a $4 investment, probably around $35 to $40 profit. So pretty cool. Another thing I found this yesterday, was this Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook from, I think it was the second edition, second printing. So old, like it's not current. But still, I looked it up online, when I was at the store, and these things still were selling for like $20 and $30. So I thought, well, that's worth it. I get this for $2. It's a book at Goodwill. So I got it, listed it, sold the same day. So that was like a $20 profit on this book. Another book I found was this, which my radar is usually up for books when it's something I haven't seen before, because I've been doing this since 2014. And so I see books that come through all the time. I'm very familiar with all the books that are out there, and I'd never seen this. And it was in perfect condition. The spine was not cracked or broken, brand new, no marks. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, these things are selling for like $35. So I got this for 99 cents, and I've listed it, and hopefully it sells soon. Another thing I found, since moving into our new house, we have much less space than I used to. There's no garage. It's just like I keep most of my stuff in a big box, and that's it. So I don't sell clothes much anymore, but yesterday I found this tremendous, awesome Dave Matthews Band concert t-shirt. Look at that, tie-dye, brilliant art, double-sided, and it's dated from the 2022 tour. So I snatched this up for like $6, which is, man, shirt prices have gone up, but what are you gonna do? But they list online for like $20 and $30, so I think I can probably make $10 out of this. But you know what is sometimes when you find something, part of the factor is how much you're gonna make, or if you want it yourself. But there's a third factor, which is sometimes it's about saving something. Like when you see something really cool and like, I gotta save it. I gotta save it from being lost in thrift store purgatory. So this was one of those things. Like, I'm not even really into the Dave Matthews Band, but this is such an awesome, beautiful concert relic that I just had to snatch it up and sell it. And when you sell something online, you almost are guaranteed that it's somebody who will actually treasure it, and it belongs there. It belongs with that person. So I like doing that. I like getting something to somebody who cares about it. So that was a great find. And finally, you know what this is, right? Polaroid. These things are so cool. I got this one for about $3 at a thrift store, and they consistently sell online for like from $20 up. Sometimes these come through, and when you see one, you need to get it. If you're selling online, get it and sell it. And I mean, people are always looking for these cool retro Polaroids, and it seemed like it was in great shape. And so again, I'll probably price this for about $25. And I spent, what did I say? I spent, was it 2 or 4? I think it was 4. But anyway, I'll make some money off of this. And like I heard something the other night. I was watching Storage Wars, which is compelling. And man, I really want to bid, but I'm not there yet. But somebody said something, which I deal with a lot because, again, like I said, there's no space here. There's very little space. Is that if you're wanting to make money on this, if you're wanting to thrift and sell online, education is important. Knowing your stuff is important, but quantity is really important. It's like you saw a lot of these. A lot of these things are not high-end stuff. You know, you make $10 or $5 or something, and if you sell 2 a week, which happens to me sometimes, you've hardly, like, what are you even doing? That doesn't pay for your subscriptions to stamps.com and Amazon or whatever. They all charge you, you know. It's like none of it's free. So you got to factor all that in. And one of the best ways to remedy that is find a way to list a lot of stuff, and keep your inventory fresh. Like, it's serious. There are people who come, they like your site and your eBay store or whatever, and they go back and they look and see what's new, what are you doing, especially if you list interesting things, which I think I do. So, like, you have fans out there who are curious. You may know I've got a huge box of sheet music. Months and months and months ago, I got it for $50, but there were maybe 700 sheet musics, like the old ones, like back to Civil War times. And I have listed maybe half of them, or maybe 2/3 at this point. But I have 2 or 3 regulars who are coming back, and they like sheet music, and they're always checking it out. If I list 1 or 2 new things, they're back in there. And like last week, I listed 1 new piece of sheet music. And because I did that, and I activated that, like the guy knew, it notified him, he came back and he bought 7 pieces, like together. And so I got to ship it all as one thing. But if I hadn't listed the 1 piece, I don't think he would have come back for the others. Like it sparked his interest. So fresh inventory, it matters. It really helps. So let's see. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm going to mention this. About 3 weeks ago, I was at a Goodwill, and I was walking by, and I saw this huge box, and it was a telescope box. And I don't look at them much, but I am a space nerd, so, you know, I opened the lid, and it was all new. It still was wrapped. It was all good. Not set up, you know, it was in its pieces. You have to take it home and build it, and then you got it. So it was $60, and I looked this thing up, and like they retail for $125 or so, and I thought, this is worth it. This is worth it, because, you know, we can do this as a family thing. You know, I have a kid, and we can look up at the night skies and all that, and this is a new model, not scratched, not messed up. So we got home, and we built the thing. Look at that. It's a Power Seeker 127 EQ, and for the low-end astronomer, it is a very good telescope to get. So we haven't looked up much. It's been cloudy and hot and rainy, so our space gazing days are ahead of us. But now we have this thing, like brand new, $60. That's like a meal out, you know. Instead, we get to look at the universe and revel in how small we are. Anyway, I thought you would enjoy that, and have a great 4th of July weekend. Things are crazy right now, but we're good. We're good. We'll get through it. Take care, you guys.